players in league history. Kenny the Jet Smith. I almost feel like I should say your name fast because that's the way you played the game.
Well, I just have thanks for having us.
Well, it's good to have you.
But is the show going to be fast? Because I heard like it's a little bit less time down here than it is up top.
Well, I think it goes by so quickly.
It's not quite jet quick, but it does play with some pace.
Because when you guys are home sleeping, we're still on the air. I just want you to know that.
That is true.
That
is true.
We might be having a teeth or two after
there it is.
on the air.
There it is.
And that is true.
Whatever that is.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Prez out there with the Wizard. Then it's Woolridge. Then there's the Monster. And it's Pierce in at the 3 spot. And for the Sonics, we've got Johnson. Big Smooth out there with ABC. Then it's Houdini. And it's Lowe in at the 1 spot. Kenny, of course, you were nicknamed the Jet for a reason. Who do you think is the fastest player right now going end-to-end in the league?
With the ball, right now is De'Aaron Fox. With the ball. Russell Westbrook is probably just...
Ben Simmons isn't too far behind him either.
But he's more speed and power. Yeah. But in talk about... I had a thing one time, and it was they scored. The team scored with 7 minutes and 17 seconds. I scored. It was 7 minutes and 15 seconds. And it was only on an outlet.
Yeah.
It wasn't a long pass.
You got it in stride.
In stride, and then 2 seconds later.
Wow.
So De'Aaron Fox could do that.
That's fast.
That's jet-like.
Yeah. Thus, the name. And it's Seattle with the ball. Following the score by Phoenix. Reynolds passes to Houdini. Here's the waiter, guarded by Woolridge. Lock at 6. Pass to Big Smooth. Seattle needs to get off a shot. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Phoenix with the ball. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Houdini. The pass to Lowe. Passes it to Big Smooth. And the layup's good off the glass. Big Smooth got his second basket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you have to bring much faster help than that.
Woolridge, he clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Oh, they tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Pass to Montgomery. Back to Woolridge. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The first free throw is good. And something from your era that is always talked about, Kenny, hand checking. How big a difference did hand checking make for defenders?
It made the game easier for defenders, without question. You know, I actually, our series with Greg is the reason there's no hand checking because Derek Harper so aggressive.
I always felt that was a guy. I mean, first of all, he's big and strong, and he put that hand on him. Felt good, didn't the kid? He liked that. He liked that.
You could feel it, right? That's what you're saying. You could feel
it. And he
it.
could literally guide you where he wanted you to go.
Without question.
Here's Prez. The Sonics getting the bucket. Basket counts.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
For Seattle, they've gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
Their first miss after a perfect 4 for 4 start. Still, I really like the game plan they've come out with.
Back to Woolridge. All sorts of time. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Woolridge has got 6.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Here's the waiter. Here's Reynolds. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And the defense has to be aware of this. When you don't put a body on him, you pay the consequences.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Yeah, the defender just couldn't quite close the gap all the way. He got burned for it.
They get it back. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. For Phoenix, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. It's good.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
The Supersonics have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Supersonics shooting their first free throw. First trip to the line in this one. The first one falls. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Now here is Woolridge. 8 points for him. The tray. Prez, no good. Here's Big Smooth. And there's the pass to Houdini. Here's Big Smooth. Here's Lowe, 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. He has 6. And we heard about market size mattering less to players these days, guys. But you see summers where all the big free agents go to Los Angeles and New York. So, Kenny, which is it?
Well, there's 2 aspects of it. There's endorsements, and then there's quality of life. In the small markets, catching fire on the marketing front is sometimes much more difficult, but there could be a better quality of life. In a big city, you could be marketed, and then all of a sudden you start losing, and then the quality of life goes down.
Yeah, and the reality is the fact that when we played, there was only a couple games a week on national television. Now every game that every NBA team plays is on national television. The impact of social media, they're just, you can be a superstar in a small market today. Doesn't matter. Look at Giannis. You look at Durant and OKC, Westbrook. You can be as big a star in any market in today's game.
And it's Seattle with the ball, following the score by Phoenix. Pass to Reynolds. 6 to shoot. Here's Johnson. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
A big group substitution here for Phoenix. The franchise is checked in for Prez. Maverick comes in for the Wizard. Champs checked in for Pierce. The Waiters subbed in for the Monster. Here's the Waiter. Passes it to Woolridge. Takes a 3. And it's Seattle with the rebound. Reynolds has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Johnson gets the bucket.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Now here is Woolridge. 10 points for him. For the 3, that's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Sonics leading by 5. Well, we see rookies like LaMelo Ball and R.J. Hampton who chose to play in the Australian League rather than college basketball. Kenny, is it something you would have ever considered had you been in their shoes?
Well, no. I don't think I would have ever been in their shoes, honestly, because my thought process would have been totally different. But I do understand how some players will opt for that option, but also it's taking a huge gamble. And, it's going to probably work out for these 2 talented young players.
And the reality is most of the guys that have done that, it didn't benefit. Because what people don't factor in is you're a young kid, you're going to live in a foreign country, different culture, you're going to be around people you don't know, and generally you don't get to play the game you played in high school because you're not the focal point. So it is a tremendous risk, and most people don't get to see you play until you get to the league.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. They need to bounce back from Wednesday's loss.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
They just appeared lost out there. I mean, it seemed like they were scrambling on the defensive end of the floor.
Supersonics. ABC's checked in for Big Smooth. Shake and Bake comes in for Houdini. And it's Mr. Incredible in for the waiter. Lawrence passes to Irvin. There's the dish to Woolridge. He lobs it up, hammers the alley-oop through.
And hard to decide which is better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Now here's Johnson. 8 points for him.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Oh, man, they built a monster lead here early on. And a lot of this is due to the game plan.
Champ, the pass to Lawrence. You ask around, more and more team trainers focused on the importance of sleep for peak performance. Something you ever paid attention to, Kenny, when you were playing?
Yes. I never played an NBA game. Very few without taking a nap.
But how about like a night's sleep? Did you say I got to get 7 hours? I got to get 8 hours.
I would say my thing was I would set my timer for 12:30 a.m. to make sure that I'm in bed by 12:30. So that would be my alarm clock, not to wake up, but to go to bed by that.
Greg?
Yeah, my nap was more important than my night of sleep. Because also back then we traveled, like after games, a lot of times you didn't get to the next city till 2, 3 in the morning, and you're still wired up. So like that nap, man, was vital.
Vital. Charles lays it up and banks it in.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Sonics leading by 9. Here's Mr. Incredible. Count it. Mr. Incredible's got his second bucket of the night.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Here's Maverick. Oh!
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. And they get it back. Reynolds passes to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Moves back up. Here's Reynolds. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Pass to Irvin. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Yeah, so far, both teams have been outstanding at the offensive end. Not a lot of game left to play.
Now here's Johnson. 8 points for him to the right side. That 3 off the mark. Phoenix trails by 7. Here's Woolridge. Another 3 for Phoenix.
I mean, he's determined to prevent the lead from getting any bigger.